As always, we have our viewers enjoying this particular conversation around the commodities market. So this is what we come through sometimes with what you call the good and not so good basket. On the good side, that's I'm interested in the PMI, the Purchasing Managers Index, showing that Nigeria's manufacturing activity in the month of November was better than the month of October. Two data we have now, as always, the PMI numbers from the central bank, which is official, giving us a 58.4 reading, and the independent FBN Quest reading 58.9. So that's some good news there. Oil prices also coming back. That's some good news. But we're not sure who blinks first between the oil marketers and the NNPC. Technically, the Nigerian government, about 800 billion, thereabouts, that have been owed as fuel subsidies arrears. And LCCI is also warning that oil prices Nigeria need to go back to the drawing board for its 2019 budget because of oil prices volatility. Adimo Kwesa is here from the economic think tank of the Financial Derivatives Company. Good morning. It's good to be here. Let's go for the burning economic issues. Quite a lot for us to chew, but I've just circled up here the PMI, a massive 4% jump in November. Great. How did we arrive at this?
Yes, it's
what's working?
It's expected. This is more due to a seasonal bounce. In December, the PMI typically rises sharply in December. But I think also, if you look at the details, 5 out of the sub-sectors all expanded, so that's also positive. I think this forestalls good GDP numbers for the manufacturing sector in Q3 and Q4, so that is very positive news for the market. Yep, I think, and also like you said, I think there's this stalemate between the oil marketers and the FG.
Yes.
I think it's imperative that these two parties find a way to reach a middle ground, because this sort of provocative statement can induce panic in the market.
The middle ground is 800 billion naira. If you put 800 billion naira between me and you, we're going to have an amicable resolution.
That's
no. If you put 800 billion naira here, we're going to be smiling at each other. It's simple because there's money on the table. The problem here is that there's no money on the table.
There's no money. That's the truth.
So there's no amicable resolution. You put the money on the table. This market is going to banks and other investors to borrow money to import petrol. The government says we're verifying all your papers, which are all arrears. We want to be sure that the papers you're giving us to pay, we're trying to verify. In God we trust, but every dollar we verify. So we got to verify your products you say you import and the amount you say the government is owing. I think that makes sense. But the marketer says, is this taking too long? So NNPC came up this morning and said we should just ignore them because we have nothing to fear. Do you have anything to fear, Adim?
No, this kind of provocative statements induces panic in the market. You see consumers rushing to the fueling stations to purchase.
Who should we believe? The NNPC or these oil marketers?
Well, to be fair,
who would Nigerians believe?
There's very low confidence in the government right now. Just like in last year, December, the government said the countries are awash with fuel, but yet there was fuel scarcity now. So there's confidence, very low confidence in the government now.
And government agencies.
Yes, so December is characterized by fuel scarcities. I can remember last year having to wake up at ungodly hours to queue for fuel. I hope this doesn't repeat the case, because it's extremely disruptive, extremely destabilizing for the economy if there is another fuel scarcity again. So let's hope that is not the case and we are able to reach some kind of solution.
And the solution is to pay these guys at least maybe some part of this money. What else is on our radar today? The truce in the trade war rhetorics and whatever between the U.S. and China made the headlines, but looks like folks are beginning not to trust these two guys because you never can tell who wakes up one morning and start tweeting or start talking. Then everybody's back to the front lines, as it were. So, is this something for any one of us to be worried about?
Yeah, in the short term, this is positive.
For the commodities market?
This is positive for the commodities market. This provides some sense of certainty for investors. This reduces the risk of this trade hostilities escalating. But in the long term, are these two parties going to find any solution? It's very difficult. This is a very intractable crisis. Would they be able to find some kind of trade solution. I think President Trump is intent on narrowing the trade deficit, but that is, I think, in my opinion, a very simplistic economic view of saying that a trade is a zero-sum game, which I don't agree with. So I hope in the long term these two parties can find a more permanent solution, because this is in essence just a timeout. They just agreed to suspend hostilities. So it's not actually a truce, it's in essence a timeout of their trade hostilities. So I hope in the long term.
Like a football match, 15 minutes break?
Yeah.
For the second part.
Well, I've taken too much beatings. Let's just take a small break now,
okay.
just to assess our positions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's not really a permanent thing. It's just a temporary truce.
So the market thinks that, look, this 90-day may not even last 90 days.
It might not even last 90 days. President Trump is very erratic, so he might just do something or announce an imposition of tariffs again. So, but the good news is that in the short term, this provided a boost to virtually almost all asset classes. Oil bounced very violently yesterday, rose by 5% yesterday, is up another 1% today. And
I've seen 62 again this morning.
Yes, that is good. So I think all markets are looking out for the OPEC meeting this Thursday now. I think all signs point to an extension of the agreement, but the details are still not clear yet. I think details provided. I think that will determine the impact on prices.